Test, test. Is my mic? Is everything working? Hello?
Sorry, yes.
Oh,
Microphone was
cool.
muted. Hello.
Ooh, how are you?
Not too bad, man. You do look better most of the time.
Yeah, well, I'm usually pretty good, but I was just about to fall asleep right there. So I think I
Okay.
have maybe one more. No, you might be the only Irish person
No, I've seen
left.
quite a few on.
Well, they do not. They're not coming forward. They're different. One's yellow, one's green. I don't care. Um, can we find any more Irishmen in chat that want to join us for Irish Hour?
Bobston. I'm Irish, let's drink.
But is he actually Bobston? Come on, Bobston. Hop on Skype. Give me a call. I'm Koibu Zero. Get over here, Bobston.
Uh, Zorlop. I'm Irish if you want me.
Yes, I want you. Get over here.
Right. People,
Or
go to your messages on the left-hand side on Twitch and message Koibu.
see, this guy knows what he's doing.
Yep.
I hope my awful Irish jokes weren't too bad for you.
Don't worry, dude. I've been drinking for ages. I'm only fucking hopping on now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's check the Twitch PMs. So how's life?
It is very, very good. It's a lot better than you, but your mental health seems to be okay for so far. Anyway, I was failing a couple of tests myself.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you were doing along with us?
Trying to, but alcohol apparently is a lot worse than sleep deprivation.
How much have you had to drink? Is the real question.
It is, was it 1:15, and I started at 5 o'clock when I quit work, so I don't know, one every half hour. 6, 12, maybe 12 pints. I don't know.
12 pints of beer? That's quite a bit of
Yeah,
beer.
it's not that bad for 7,
Thank you,
8
dear.
hours.
No,
7 hours.
good. Yeah, yeah. I don't drink very much, so for me, 12 pints of beer would be a lot of beer. Like,
Okay.
besides the alcohol content, that's just a lot of fluid, of heavy fluid
It
to put
is,
in
yeah.
me.
You piss like a racehorse. But please do not ask me to speak Irish because I don't know a bloody word of it anymore.
I
Something
wasn't planning on
Irish
doing
people
that.
Don't know it. Yeah, you had a lot of Germans speaking a lot of German, and I'm like, oh God, don't ask me anything like that.
You know what? To be honest, I had kind of actually completely forgotten that Irish was a separate language.
Yeah, it's Gaelic.
Yeah, I
Yep.
I hear Gaelic. I for some reason don't immediately translate to Irish. It's
Ah, God, no. Mostly Gaelic is equated to their version of soccer, where you kick the ball into your own hands and run with it for 3 steps, drop it on your foot, kick it back up in your hands, and keep running. That is what Gaelic is.
all right.
Yep.
All right, and let's see.
Hey, Paul.
Whoa! If you can't find any more Irish, I'm English and can join.
No, you can drop other
Oh,
people in.
English.
It's fine.
What? No, no. Are you kidding? When we did British Hour, we didn't have any Irishmen or Scotsmen.
Oh,
We're
I
doing
wasn't on at that time.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
in February. If we're doing Ireland, oh, do I have to separate? Oh, hold on. Are we gonna get in trouble here? Are we? We're talking about Ireland, not North Ireland, right?
Right.
We're gonna have to actually have a big conversation about this because I kind of only vaguely understand Ireland, and I should understand it
Oh,
better.
I'm a very excellent person to talk to about that because I lived right in the border and I lived in the Republic of Ireland, which is the south, and then I was educated in Northern Ireland, which is the north, which is a separate own country, and I live in England right now, so I'm very good with that shit. And I lived in Ireland or Belfast for 7 years during university, so you can talk to me about that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
Yep.
Now
Yeah, probably.
we're waiting for our third Irishman who hasn't accepted my request yet because he's got his settings on Skype all fucked.
Yeah, he probably knows much more about the difference between Southern and Northern Ireland. I live deep South Ireland.
Uh-oh. This person says they're from the United Kingdom. I don't know. Is that close enough to Ireland? I don't think so.
No, United Kingdom. That probably means he's in Northern Ireland, which is the northern. It's fine.
Let's see.
Yep, it's good to get a good mix.
Yeah. So wait, that's a no on the Northern Ireland men. Or
No,
yes.
go ahead.
Yes.
Yes,
There's
yes,
there's
yes.
not bad blood here.
No, there's
No, no,
they're
no,
still
fine.
Irish.
All right. Well, hey, look. I've never been. I don't know these things.
No, it's fine, man. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so we should have. No, he didn't answer.
Busy as well. What the
Ah,
fuck?
hello.
Get up. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I am from the Northern Ireland, but
All right.
Hello, good sir.
technically it's a part of the United Kingdom, but it's still also Ireland in a way. So
Yes. No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know these things. That's why I had to correct people or be corrected by people. I want to make sure that not offending anyone, being like, oh yeah, whatever, Ireland, United Kingdom, Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, they're all the same. There's never been any problems there. You know.
Yeah.
I wanna.
Wow, I love when people in the chat are comparing Ireland to Korea. That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah, good stuff.
That's the thing.
No, Ireland is more comparable to, I don't know, geographically, it could be more comparable to America because we have Donegal, which is pretty much Alaska, and then there's Northern Ireland, which is Canada.
That's a very good comparison, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the whole fake animosity between people from the States and people from Canada, and then people from the South and people from the North. It's always fun.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Koibu, yourself, have you got any questions?
I was trying to wait for everyone to get here. We got this guy.
Is there another person? Okay.
Yeah, we got this guy who is not joining the call. I don't know what's up with him. And then there should be another one that is supposed to be adding. I was trying to get everyone at once, but we might as well just go without them. Say, screw it. So, explain to me Ireland versus Northern Ireland versus the UK. Do it.
Well, it's more the UK versus Ireland, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. See? One step corrected already.
That's no problem, dude. Mr. Fergus, do you want to go first? Or Fergal, sorry.
Anyways, I think it was more of after. Although one other thing before George was like the whole thing of England like completely came over, invaded Ireland, took over Ireland, and then we were like on the receiving end of the stick for ages, and then everyone casually forgets that we've been doing that to England for a good long while before England did it, and then England did the job right. But no, for the most part, I don't know the years now. I sucked at history with the dates, but I was like, yeah, England took Ireland, or loosely.
Back when
said,
it was all one Ireland. One.
yeah,
Ireland,
back when
right?
it was like all the one Ireland. Oh God, Logan's in chat. I'm nervous now. No, I wasn't. So yeah, England came. They saw, they conquered, kind of a thing. They introduced laws that like pretty much put a ban on like speaking Irish, and you had to adopt English customs, or you'd be can't quite remember what the punishment was. Shit, I'm like the worst person to ask. But after a while, there was like the whole talk of Ireland still had their own government, but like the power we had was very small, so we wanted more. And yes,
Do you want me to pick
yeah,
up?
people in the chat are pointing out that I'm wrong, and they are right. I am wrong in half the stuff. All I know is that the
Oh.
very start of it, I'm bad.
All right.
Okay,
well,
cool.
no, we'll figure it out. We got a whole bunch. We got 5 of you now. We should
Yeah.
be able to
Cool.
figure it out between
Cool.
5 Irishmen.
All right. 5 Irishmen that are very confused, right? I am completely very bad to ask about this, but I grew up along the border, right? So England invaded Ireland. Ireland pushed back in certain areas, and there is a quarter of it that is still under English rule, semi-bit, and that is very contentious, right? So I grew up on the border, and when
Which
I'm
side of the border?
20
The
on the southern side, so
Oh.
in Ireland, Republic of Ireland.
Right.
But I was educated after the age of 12. I'm 26 now in Northern Ireland. And like until I was 12 years old, they used to have big, massive concrete barriers over every single bridge into that area of the country.
Why were they?
which is insane.
Oh, is this to prevent bombings?
Bombings
Or-
and stopping free flow of like traffic of people from the Republic of Ireland into Northern Ireland as well. And there was tons of bombings, yes. So I'm gonna skip all the paramilitary groups because I don't want anything to do with that shit. But like, there was a lot of bad stuff going on where like people were abducting people, saying, "Hey, you better drive this car to this police station and blow these people up, or your family will." There's a lot of bad history
Right,
in Irish
right.
stuff that people don't really cover. So I'll continue on. Right. So after 12, so that was in, I would say, 95 or so. They lifted all the barriers up, and everything is very nice and everything's very good. So if you people are very interested in seeing Ireland, Belfast, Dublin, Cork, whatever you want to go see, it's very good for a tourist spot. But so right now, what's going on? Everything's pretty good, but as the German guys were saying, that everyone is looking out for themselves right now in the whole European Union, which Ireland is part of as well. Our economy is pretty crap. We took a big, massive loan from Europe to try and repay the debts from all
Wasn't
the
there
houses.
some
that were,
massive fraud a few years back? Where everyone's like, "Oh my God, Ireland's economy is booming," and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Haha, it was just a giant
Yes, it
Ponzi
was.
scheme and everything
Yeah,
collapsed."
the Celtic
Oh,
Tiger,
it was-
I think it was called.
was called. That's a weird name. I have no idea why it was called that. But basically, a ton of money came in that would enable a big growth boom in the housing sector, and ends up going, hey, the major banks were actually hiding a lot of the money, and we don't know where it's gone. So those guys have gone to jail. Not compared to the US, where no person has been put to jail for that similar thing. But yeah, so everyone's like, what the hell? So we're having to repay all the debts, and we are actually doing it. And right now we're in the recovery period. So yeah, but I don't know what questions you have about the difference between Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland, or any typical Irish questions you have.
Well, usually we just kind of use this as an excuse to talk about different countries. And last time when we were doing during the 90-hour stream when we were doing this, it was all about people trying to sell their countries as why they're the best country out there. Trying to build up some patriotism for different people, and play some music from some music of whatever type they have, to play their national anthem. Talk about where they're from.
I will
what's
say
going
you've
on.
come to the wrong country
Yeah.
for that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no patriotism for Ireland, really?
We're probably
No.
the most, yeah,
There
we're
is
really
some,
anti-patriots.
but there's so much contagiousness like crazy. So,
Yeah.
like, you have to treat. There's like four. Right, Ireland is the size of a state in the US. In that state, you guys must have counties. So
Mhm.
32 county guys?
30,
Yeah.
Yeah, 32 counties. There's like 5, I think, that are part of the UK. Those guys use pound sterling compared to the rest of Ireland that uses euros. So if you want to visit the Republic of Ireland, it's all in euros. In the Republic of Ireland, we use kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour. UK all uses miles per hour. And if you go into Republic of Ireland, you see the flags you have right on your screen right now.
Perfect.
In Northern Ireland, you have Union Jacks everywhere.
Well, only part of Northern Ireland had Union Jacks,
Anywhere you go through, I have gone up through all the major arteries, and you see a lot of it. Yes, there are tricolours, which is what you have on right now, Kaibu.
What are they called? Tricolors?
Tricolors.
Yeah.
For three colours.
Tricolors. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
School district on
So
that.
yeah, if anyone wants to go up to Belfast, it's quite fun. It's good crack. The same. Actually, they're having an international food fair right now. So you want to eat
They
kangaroo? I don't know, whatever kind of crazy food you want to eat. What was it? Springbok, oxen, and all that stuff. Go there. You'll be able to eat that right now.
They
Yeah,
have shark
quite good.
and everything, so it's pretty cool. I actually,
Yeah, I
I,
was
actually
there
live
2 weeks ago.
I live in Belfast, so I do, and I pretty much go there every year. And always try one different kind of food. It's pretty
Yeah.
fun. Some of it,
Yep.
it's not the best though, but it's always worth a try.
Yeah, you ask for ox burger and they give you the same thing that comes from the ostrich and the bloody kangaroo and everything else, and you're like, okay, you're just throwing me random meat right now. It's the mystery meat that you probably get in the cafeteria. But Right, national pride things that we have. We have the Giant's Causeway, which is a weird volcanic eruption thing that happened on the northern coast, which is what is it? How many
I've
sites?
never heard about this volcanic eruption on the northern coast.
Right, here
Yeah.
here is a story of, wasn't it Cú Chulainn, guys? No.
No, Finn McCool.
Finn McCool, yes, sorry, this
Yeah.
is a very good one. Right, Finn McCool, he was born and he was making fun of, he was like the strongest motherfucker in Ireland, and he was looking across to Scotland, and there was this giant bridge made of these cobblestones that were in, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hex shapes, yeah?
Yeah.
And this is real. If
Yeah.
you go to this area, they're hexadecimal shapes. And it's very weird, but apparently volcanic activity causes this, and there's a couple of places on the planet that does this. So you go there, and there's these massive columns of like 6-sided
Yeah,
shapes. all over
we've
this.
got a similar thing out here called Devil's Post Pile.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we have this here, and it's called the Giant's Causeway, and that entire core in the folklore went the whole way to Scotland, and ended up happening was he was bragging and all this stuff. He was yelling at this guy he thought wasn't that far away, but he didn't realize the guy was another country away. And this guy ended up coming on over. He was a giant, and he was like, "Holy crap!" The closer he got to the whole area, he was like, "Oh gee, oh crap!" He was like, "This dude's massive." So he just ran back to his own house, and he went to his wife, "You need to hide me," and she was like freaking out, going, "I don't know what to do." And this guy was like 7 times higher than him. He was a full ass giant compared to a normal man, and he was like, "You have to dress me up like a child." And ended up what happened. Can you guys finish your story so I can Wikipedia pick some? It's a great story.
I
It's a very,
I
very
can
good
finish it
story.
if you want. Finn McCool's
go ahead.
wife dressed him up as a baby.
Yes,
And
that's what it
then-
was. Yeah.
And then the giant came from Scotland and was like, "Oh God, if that's his son, what's he like?" And then I think
Yep.
the wife offered him a cake, and it had like
Yes.
a rock in it, and he broke his tooth on the rock, and then she gave the same
Yes.
cake to the baby, but that cake didn't have a rock in it, and the baby ate it easily, and he went running home, the giant.
Yeah, but on the way he demolished the entire bridge along the way because like, holy crap, the kid can eat volcanic stone that was harder than normal stone, and he just ate it and didn't care about it, and like the father was supposed to be way bigger than everyone else, and he was like, oh crap, I don't want to deal with this kind of bully, so I'll just destroy this entire bridge the whole way back to Scotland to make sure this guy can't follow me home. So that's what the Giant's Causeway is.
All right, that's the Giant's Causeway.
Yes.
Had never even heard of that. So you can still see the hexagonal
Yeah, it's still
shapes.
there. I went there 6 months ago for the first time. Yeah, it's pretty impressive actually.
Are there similar stone formations over in Scotland, or is that just all lore?
I think it's all lore on our side.
Okay.
Here is
There's some
a-
under the sea, on the coast, like under the sea. There's some
Yeah.
of it.
It's one of the major tourism things. It's a tourist trap. You could spend probably 20 minutes to half an hour there. It's quite interesting. If you want to see our giant failure of the Titanic, we have a massive museum in Belfast too. Yeah, it
Actually,
opened like
There's some
2
pretty
years ago.
cool forts in.
Will I post the links that you put into the Skype chat, into the stream chat for anyone who's interested?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
What else, guys? Folklore stuff, maybe stuff you can use for D&D.
What about Satanta and Cuchulainn?
Go ahead, man.
It started off, there was this kid, wasn't he, who was playing hurling, and he went to go to some dinner.
We
And
need
he
to
was late?
explain what hurling is, by the way.
Oh yes.
A hurley is a flat kind of baseball bat with a rounded edge.
Kind of like
And-
hockey on grass.
Yes. But you use
So like a cricket
ball.
bat.
No, it's more like
I'll look up a hurley bat and get you the thing.
Think a wooden axe without a blade, or
All right.
without a sharp at the end. Kind of like that, but in the shape of.
There you go.
A picture would be much better.
All right. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a broken hockey stick.
Kind of. But
Alright.
if you imagine that, it's that long, but you hit a baseball baseball with it, and it goes fucking fast. It could knock a man out, and everyone runs along a football pitch with that, with a helmet on, just to protect their heads. But it can cause a lot of damage. But it's a pretty interesting sport. Anyway, continue. That's a stick like that and a ball. The man was running around the country crazy like that with it.
Cool.
Whoever was saying the story.
Oh, so the
Shields
Santa
up,
was going
weapons
to some
online.
dinner. Who was it? Oh,
Ooh, Logan just subbed. Cool.
Making
Kihon?
a name up. Nobody knows.
Someone's ball or someone's dinner. He went to the dinner.
Okay.
I muted myself. Oh God. He went to some dinner and there was a dog there, big, vicious dog, and it was like coming at him, like going to attack him, and he hit the hurley ball at the dog and killed it in one hit, and the whole dinner party came out and was like, oh God, what happened? It was a big fiasco of it, and Kihon, no, not Kihon, Satanta was like, oh, I killed your dog, and you only have pups left, so I'll be your guard dog until I'll be your guard dog until your pups get raised up, and he took the name Kihon, Hound of Ulster, from that, and he went on to become a great Irish mafia hero, kind of.
Anyway, so Koibu, if you want to share that with anyone else, that's how an Irish wolfhound looks like. That's the dog that was raised here.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of Irish wolfhounds. They're getting kind of popular over here, a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, to say the least.
They're a little bit on the large side. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Okay. So, why is Irish patriotism so low right now?
I think it's just the attitude we have in the general attitude we have.
See, because in the States, especially in like the Midwest and like the Chicago area, Irish pride is fucking through the roof all year round, every year. I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, here
Everywhere outside Ireland, it's huge, but in actual
Irish.
Ireland, don't.
But do you go back home to actual Ireland and everyone's like, meh, whatever, I don't care.
One of the reasons, especially around sort of where I live, is there are still, I mean, there are actually some bombings going on still. Not in the sense that was ages ago, but like there's still that fear, and every now and again there's bomb scares, and a lot of people just don't display anything really because they're just like, no, I don't want to show my pride because someone else could come around the corner with the whole thing with Catholic and Protestants. If one says, "Oh, I'm Catholic," and one says the other to Protestant, then you never know.
Catholicism and Protestants are still like that. That is still a decisive issue.
Oh,
Yeah, in the north it
amazingly
is.
decisive
It
issue.
really
Really?
is. Yeah.
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 People do realize it's 2014, right?
No, they do.
I mean, not to be insensitive, not to be wildly insensitive. There's like massive, massive death in, people's belief systems. But like seriously, folks, it's
People will fight and die for their beliefs.
I know,
Every single year. Yeah.
but it's just
No, that's a common thing, though. Like,
See, religion-
I grew up on the border, and I was just taking the piss. Neil, do you know like what taking the piss is? Like, people would constantly make jokes at your own expense and stuff like that, and would like persecute you for what you thought and stuff. But like, that would happen on the borders barely. But if you go into Belfast, where the main thing was happening, if you went in the street and showed what you actually believed, the other group would probably stab you and kill you straight away.
Yeah.
Or within a week of you keep doing that kind of crap. Yeah, and it is 2014, and this stuff has been going on for 100 years, even though the main cause of everything happened over 100 years ago. There is nobody alive to actually say, hey, I was there. And it's just basically both groups are still trying to piss each other off. So on the 12th of July, there is a big, massive march that the Protestant side does. And that's the stuff that the Catholic side does. But the Protestant side like walks down every single street going, "Yay, we defeated you, fucks!" And they do this big, massive march. The music's quite catchy. It annoys me when I try and sleep, but yeah, it's that shit happens. But yeah, so there's still stuff like that happening, and I think the main thing why the Irish don't try and be all very, very positive is that every time there's a recession or something like that, is that all the Irish leave to go to other countries. So me myself personally, I've moved to England. There's more opportunities there, but all my friends have either moved to Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, the US itself as well. And it's a thing called the brain drain, which happens where a lot of the skilled workers and stuff move to other countries. So like a lot of builders moved to New Zealand after lots of earthquakes and stuff happened down in Christchurch, I think it was.
Yeah.
So a lot of that kind of stuff happens where all the skilled labourers and anyone in the more, I don't know, more educated areas, more theoretical areas as well, have all moved on to other places where people were willing to pay for their skills and things like that. So every, I don't know, 15 years or so, this happens, and a lot of people move to other countries. So we're proud from where they came from. Like, I'm sure yourself, if anyone tried to speak down against your own area where you grew up, be still proud of it, even if it was a shithole. That's where you grew up, and that's where you created your own personality and everything. It's the same with the Irish themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's very deep for people trying to speak very well about their own country.
My dad's side,
Sorry about
he
that.
was educated. He moved to the United States because he knew that there'd be more opportunities here.
Yeah.
Elliot, man, you need to turn up your mic.
Sorry, man, my mic's shitty as fuck.
There you go, that's better.
Can't control that shit.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're solid now. It was
Gotta talk
probably just a
louder,
little-
man.
All right. So, is there an Irish national anthem, or is that just not even noticed anymore?
Yeah,
There is.
isn't
There is one.
You guys don't seem too
it's-
happy about this.
It's weird. No, with rugby, generally, anthems are normally done for sport, but like for rugby, there's just the one team. There's just the one national team, Ireland, and that includes people from everywhere, north and south. But when it comes to football, there's Republic of Ireland and then North of Ireland, and it confused me for a little while when I was a kid. I'm like, so why are we singing this for rugby? And then when it came to soccer, we're like,
Well, for the north,
Singing.
it's mostly Protestant in the team, while in the south, it's more of the Catholics in the team. Like, that's the way it works. Well, not, yeah, but
Hmm. So, Okay, so you would sing the the Republic of Ireland's national anthem for rugby.
no.
Gaelic and rugby, yeah.
Okay, but then when it came to football, you would do. Would you do "God Save the Queen" for football in Northern Ireland?
Yes.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it is, yes.
All right.
I
Cool.
hear it every weekend.
Actually, well, it's just a little break now. I don't know if Logan is still in chat, but he asked a while back if we could get all the guests to say something. And I'll copy and paste in chat. I promised him I'd just ask after the stories, and I forgot.
Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, for showcase and stuff. What about you, Elizabeth? Catch yourself on.
What about you, Elizabeth? Catch yourself on.
What about you, Elizabeth? Catch yourself on.
Oh, gee, yeah, that accent takes
Yeah.
it.
Belfast, you know, it's the
Anyway,
Belfast accent.
sorry, yeah, nobody will know what the fuck that means. But yeah,
What the hell does
skilled
"catch yourself on" mean? That doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make sense.
Wise yourself up. What the fuck are you doing?
Catch yourself on.
Yeah, would
Okay.
you? Do you not know what the hell
Get
you're
a,
doing?
get a grip.
Yeah,
Alright.
get a grip of yourself. Yeah, skills sets and stuff I saw somebody put there. Right, there is a huge web designer, programmer presence in Northern Ireland. I don't know about Dublin myself, if somebody else would speak up about that, because that's where I grew up and that's what I do. There's a huge medical community there too, and apparently lots of American companies want to bury all their tax dollars into Dublin, though. Because
yeah.
of a loophole
Yeah.
that everyone loves to bury their money into. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not seen a dollar of that, so I wish I could get some of that, please.
Well, no, the whole idea of putting it over there is that it just gets to sit there and doesn't get taken away from them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see any of that money. And neither are we, and that's why we're pissed about it. Give us our money back. Just,
Sure, Corp.
just look, just hand it over to our federal government, and we'll be happy. We'll be cool.
I want 10%.
It's yours. Hell, you can have
All
50%
of it just for
of it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd split it 50-50.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Neil?
No, not really. Just, what would be a classic Irish... Like, what would be an Irish band?
There's so much. Somebody else picked this shit up. I'm gonna get another drink.
Okay,
Wait a second.
Okay, in chat, a lot of people were saying the Cranberries, actually.
The Cranberries are Irish?
Yeah, they're from my town, actually.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. U2 is Irish.
You
The
two's
script-
Irish?
Yeah.
Well, they're not like a
The
relatively
fuck?
newish, but the script
yeah.
is one from
It's
Northern
Scripps.
Ireland.
Snow Patrol.
Snow Patrol.
Are they Irish?
Are they?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Let me sure they are.
Well, I'm gonna double check that. I don't know.
Scottish, Irish.
Chat's giving a lot of examples, like the Dubliners.
Oh yeah,
North
Scottish
Francis.
Irish. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay, so hold on. Quick side note: Scottish Irish or Scotch Irish? Because we in the United States, or at least in California, people will just say Scotch Irish. No, they won't say Scottish. They'll just Scotch Irish. Boom.
Okay,
Just-
chat. I know Bono's Irish, but I don't know you two. Okay, I just know Bono. I just know Bono.
So when it comes to Scotch Irish or Scottish Irish, I actually don't know because I've always just said Scottish Irish.
I've
But I
never
think
heard
it's
of that term before.
I think
Like-
it's honestly just the same thing. I
Yeah.
think the same thing. Yeah.
I'm sure it is the exact same thing. Scotch is very incorrect, says someone in chat. Very upset with us. Oh my god. How dare you Americans say Scotch Irish?
Hey man, I didn't even know that. So
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
whatever.
Alright. So every time I ever see a picture of Ireland, it's always like beautiful flowing, hills and valleys that are just paved with, great green fields, and then there's a broken castle in the distance that's meticulously kept up, and there's just the right amount of vines crawling over it. Is there like one fucking like park where all this shit is, and the rest of the place is a normal country, or is it your
It's-
country literally just like a beautiful hillside for miles and
Oh.
miles and miles?
Yeah,
If
for
you
the
get
most
it on a
part.
sunny day, it's nice.
Yeah.
No.
There's a
I'd
lot of
say-
castles around Ireland, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of rural areas. Like, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but like, rural farmland is still pretty king in terms of everywhere.
Yep.
Especially if you go, I can't remember where, down areas like Kerry and Clare and
Dublin as well, where it has the
Dublin as well,
stone, the Blarney Castle.
the planet, yeah. Like most of the mountainous pictures you see of Ireland, most of them be taken in Kerry, where the McGillicuddy Reeks are.
Yep.
Um,
So the three things are green land. Ireland is covered in it during the
Yeah.
spring and summer. It is really that green. It's not.
It's really
Photoshop.
that green. That's not bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not bullshit.
No.
My girlfriend's American too. Mallory, is it green all the time?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, she's from North Carolina. So yeah, really,
Poor
really
girl.
green. The castles are not meticulously placed in that way. It's just we've left them neglected, and luckily they still stand that way.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
strong.
it's horrendous. Like I've gone to loads of other countries where they all look after their castles and everything you can still go into. It still has a roof. We're like, meh, whatever. Are you still up there? Oh, cool, you're strong enough. So there's monasteries that are like that. Loads of monk ones, Catholicism and all that stuff. Down in the Republic of Ireland, anyway. And then there's lots of little castles and then little turrets by itself, like small little towers, or they're outposts. I don't know what the proper name is for them. You probably know yourself, Neil. But yeah, they're like for keeping an eye out for I don't know, invading armies and all that kind of crap too.
Yeah, I mean, a
But,
keep or
it's
a
a lot of
a
those
tower.
Yeah, it's a type of keep. I've got where I grew up on the border by a lake. There was quite a few of those keeps along the whole way to keep an eye out. It's quite impressive, and they're still there. There's no roof. It's quite dangerous to walk into them because a brick might fall on your head, but they're still there. It's quite cool.
All right, so I'm just briefly going over Ireland in Google Maps, and it looks like every square inch of your country is like a pasture. Everything is a goddamn pasture. Unless it's a city,
Yes.
it's a pasture.
It used to be all trees, and I wish it still was. But a majority of it is just all pasture for cows and sheep. It's probably more sheep than bloody people in the country by now.
It's all them potatoes were going, you know.
Yeah, in the west of Ireland you could grow potatoes like crazy because there's nothing else you can grow there. But yeah, even though potatoes was an Aztec crop that was brought over, what the hell did
Right.
we eat before that?
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't
potatoes
know
and
either.
tomatoes are both nightshades along with eggplant. Came
Yep,
from the New
and people-
World.
I was speaking to one of my friends from America, and like he was saying about all these different meals eaten and everything, and literally I told him every meal I would eat for the whole week, and pretty much like 5 out of 7 of those included mashed potatoes.
You know what? Mashed potatoes are fucking delicious.
Like
Very
they
large
are
potato.
pretty
I fucking love mashed potatoes. My favorite meal is green beans with mashed potatoes and like some turkey on the side or something like that. I'm
Mashed
happy.
potato, roast potatoes, French fries. You can have all crazy kinds of stuff.
Look, potatoes are
Well,
amazing.
Boiled potatoes.
Potatoes are
whatever.
an amazing root. They're the best. I fucking love potatoes.
Yeah, back a few years ago, or I think it was like about 50. Like anytime from the famine onwards, if you didn't like potatoes,
You
well,
were
good
fucked.
luck to you. You're screwed. You're gonna like potatoes.
I never
or you're
understood
gonna
that.
die.
I never understood that though, because yeah, tons of people left Ireland to go to the US. Everyone knows this. We were an island. We were surrounded by fish like crazy. Why
Oh.
didn't people make nets?
It was because the British landowners, they took all the food and they sold it away to.
They
know,
didn't have
everyone
all
else.
the land though. No, I'm getting education from all these guys too. They didn't know. They didn't own all the land, did they? Like
Well,
Majority
at
of the
that
country.
time, the English or the British were mostly the wealthy people in Ireland, so they did own all the land.
okay,
When-
that's some horse shit right there then. Yep.
Give me one reason.
Cool. Oh, other legends as well. Banshees. Yes.
Oh,
no,
banshees.
stuff that you'd be interested in. Banshees are Irish things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Fairy forts.
I'm only vaguely
So-
familiar with fairy forts. Give me the lowdown on them.
Right. Fairy forts are like weird rings where special flowers grow. I don't know the name of them. Where even to this day, right in front of Queen's University in Belfast, which is in the middle of Northern Ireland. It's the capital of it, pretty much. There's a massive tree in front of the university that nobody will actually cut down because they're terrified of fairies like attacking them or putting a curse on them, which is a horrendous thing. I'd just burn the damn thing down myself, to be honest. But yeah, it's like yes, they have the whole Christianity thing, but before then, though, there was lots of like paganism going on and like beliefs in mythical creatures and stuff like that. So there's banshees, fairies, and just old gods of random things, which is still prevalent in some places, but it's not as common. Like if you went to the Scandinavian countries, that's still prevalent in a lot of places, which I find fascinating. I was in Sweden for a couple of years myself, and I love that kind of crap, but it's not as prevalent here, which I kind of miss. It'd be cool if that stuff was still here. But yeah, banshees are kind of cool. My mom says she saw one once.
Really?
Yeah, I think I saw one once as well, but I was like 5 years old. I could have been just like, I don't know what, on sugar or something. But
So give me what your story of a banshee is, because the stories I have of banshees are probably very, very different and bastardized.
Right, what I had was at 5 o'clock in the morning. I sent you a link there, Koibu.
Mm-hmm.
Right, at that lake there was an old house that was converted into a schoolhouse. So basically there was probably 50 children in the entire area over a 5 mile long lake. all these kids would go to this one school, and it was down by the shore, and just a little bit up from the coast, up this hill, was where my grandparents lived, where my mom's parents lived. And we converted that into a house. And I remember me and my brother were like sleeping in the one bed. We were dead poor at the time. Luckily we've gotten up in the world. But yeah, we woke up and we could hear this weird moaning. We're like, what the fuck is that? And like we ended up looking through the keyhole, both of us, and we like saw this weird like translucent white thing with chains hanging off of its wrists. And we're like, what? And all we could see was the wrists, and we're like, what the hell? And you could hear this like screaming going through the damn house and outside onto the middle of the lake, which is really fucked up. But I don't believe in any ghostly things at all. I think I'm just like, gone fucking crazy from this shit. And this is at 5 o'clock in the morning where the sun was kind of coming up, so it wasn't even dark. And I ran into the middle of this lake, which is like 5 miles wide by 4 miles in height. I don't know, that's the dimensions anyway. But yeah, it was really weird. And then my mum said herself, like, she heard a banshee wailing from the top of the same mountain. But the banshees are indications of somebody has died, and it's kind of like the Grim Reaper coming to collect somebody's soul. Yeah, that's what that is what a banshee is. They're basically here to declare, hey, somebody has died, and we're coming to go get your soul. And as this, I don't know, grief-stricken woman in life is tasked with this thing until her soul can be put to rest. It's really fucked up in a way of how it's presented. But yeah, it was really weird. I don't know if the one I saw was a banshee, but it was really weird. I'm not religious in any fact, but I was like, okay, this kind of scares me. Yeah.
That is crazy. Between that and the guy who was saying that he saw all those weird ghosts last night, or the night before that, it's been a strange set of conversations I've had.
Yeah, and my dad said, like, do you know, like, porta cabins you'd see for offices? Well, that's quite common here for classrooms, in case classes get too big. My dad did say he saw he heard wailing, and then these, like, bright lights smash, or all the lights in this room smash when he was in it, at, like, nighttime. And he heard all these screaming coming from a mountain beyond, and lights were coming on in the room, even though all the light bulbs were smashed. That was another thing. And he's not religious at all either. He's like completely removed from religion at all. So I'm like, huh, okay. But it's kind of cool though. It adds a bit of mystery to life. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Just, you know, ghostly women in chains wailing and scaring the shit out of you.
That is a very, very Irish thing. Fairies, no, I cannot say I have had the pleasure of meeting them. I don't know what the fuck I would do if I met them. Also, there is the like nymphs, and there are those ones that try and seduce you. I can't remember what they're called. Sirens, yes, there are sirens as well.
Ooh.
Yes.
We got a huge list of stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff that you would have in Scandinavian culture, you would have in Irish culture as well.
Yeah.
Because like Vikings and stuff went over to Ireland and they just stayed there before they started populating or invading England. Quite interesting.
Yeah. Are there really no forests at all on Ireland?
No,
A huge
some,
majority,
but
there
very
are
few.
a lot, but the country used to be completely forest, but a lot of it was just destroyed for purely because we were like in the center of a giant industrial boom.
Right, and you need wood for...
Yeah, so like Belfast was creating, I don't know, 5 or 6 mega ships every year that required so much fuel, it was ridiculous. And like during the Titanic was being built, there was the other one, the Odyssey or something like that, and 2 other ships at the same time, which were nearly the same size as the Titanic. And the amount of people and wood that you would need for that kind of stuff to fuel the fires to create the steel and all that was ridiculous. So Ireland is kind of ravaged in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
All of Europe used to be pretty much forested.
Yeah, it's the same with the US though. They used to say when they first settled, you could go from treetop to treetop, from the east coast to the west coast without even hitting the ground. It's not like that anymore.
I don't know. I mean, there were always great sections of the U.S. that were, like the Great Plains, but there used to be so many bison there that
Yeah.
they were in the way that when you would have when they built the railway across the country, they would hand out rifles to passengers, and the passengers would just sit in the car and aim out and just like shoot at bison as they like cruise down the railway. Yeah, it was ridiculous. There were hundreds of thousands of them and
Yeah.
slaughtered to almost extinction. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking. That's the progress of man, though. If we didn't have that shit, you wouldn't have the internet, probably.
Right.
But yeah, because nerds like myself and probably yourself would probably be dead because of a random bison just stabbed you in the stomach with That's probably what would happen. But yeah. Any other Irish questions? Because other guys are far more knowledgeable than myself.
Well, what do you
What?
Contrary to belief, all Irish people do not just get drunk 24/7.
Oh come on, you fucking liar!
I mean, you know,
No, we
there might be
maintain
one day of
weekdays
the
at
week
night.
where we're super, but
We'll have like the one day where we'll say, all right, come on, we should get something done.
That's the
Like,
day
even
we
if,
have to
even
go
if
to
that's as
mass.
far as they get, at least we're not drinking.
Sorry, that's the day we have to go to church. That's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Sunday?
Yeah, I should go to mass.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Sunday or
Geez,
Saturday.
Stops drinking Saturday night?
Yeah, you'd be so you're not
That's
hungover when you go
Saturday.
to
So
church.
get drunk.
Of course, yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Even if the priest does have a little flask of scotch underneath his robes.
Oh, that motherfucker's always getting drunk.
Come on.
Yep.
If you had a Catholic ceremony that you had to do over and over, the same ceremony and the same... You'd want us to drink while you did it.
Oh yeah.
I
You
would at
wish
least.
you could turn water to wine yourself by then.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
those other people. Cool.
Don't worry.
So, I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Isle of Man? It's kind of a fucked up
Isle of
little
Man
place.
is not
It's-
really existent for us, I guess. It's
Yeah,
just a
where is
thing.
the Isle of Man? Is that
It's
like,
literally
I know it's
between
around-
you guys
Is it
and
between England and Ireland, or is it on the other side of England? I don't
Bring up
know.
It's-
Google Map.
below Scotland.
it's
It's a
Yes,
ball
it's-
I think.
It's
In
on
the
sea
Irish
between
Sea.
Scotland and England.
Okay. See, I can
I-
tell where the Falkland Islands are before I can tell where the Isle of Man is. Like, that's how much I know.
This is actually the first time I've ever realized where it was. I've heard of it before. I never had any idea where it was, but
Right, Isle of Man is UK owned, run anyway at least. Apparently, with Top Gear, they say there isn't really a speed limit. There isn't a lot of people in it. I've flown over quite a few times on the plane, and it looks tiny. And yeah, good luck getting off it. Majority of the time, there are small little charter planes, and there are ferries that you can get off on it. But that's about it.
and there's like what, one town looks like.
No, the majority there's
There's a couple
one
towns.
main
Okay.
town, but there's a couple of isolated ones. Probably, and that one guy going, "Oh, you haven't been around here long, have you, boy? I'll tell you a story."
Now I
Banshees.
remember there's something weird or unusual about the Isle of Man. There's something. What the fuck is
Oh.
it?
There could
It's
be-
famous for something ridiculous, right?
There was a legend that, well, it's, I've always heard that it was Finn McCool who threw the Isle of Man at the guy in Scotland, and he picked up Loch Ness, or the land that is now, he picked up the land and threw it in Scotland,
that is a really cool idea. Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
the Isle of Man and Loch Ness.
that's kind of cool. Yeah, that whole story I was telling about the giant earlier. Yeah, there is a lake west of Belfast which is called Loch Ness. I forgot about that completely. Yeah, the giant was freaked out. He picked up the land at Loch Ness and lifted up and threw it, and that became the Isle of Man.
Ah,
Yeah, you can kind of see it just a little bit, but
If you squeeze it.
it's squint from like 5 miles away off the fucking face of the planet. But yeah, that's kind of a cool idea.
yeah. There was
But,
something...
Yeah, the one thing about Ireland is, yes, we're very self-deprecating, but we're full of pride, which is, I think, become very self-evident when you've asked us, "Hey, try and sell us in your country." We're like, "No, we won't do that. Leave us alone." But no, if you come here, I can guarantee you that all of us are very, very welcoming, no matter where you go in the country. And we'll show you the best places to go. Just ask anyone. Everyone is very, very welcoming. We're not like rushing around trying to get to somewhere very quickly. We'll stop and we'll take 10 minutes just to explain to things. And like even myself or anyone else will just like go, hey, I will actually bring you to the area that you need to go to. Just follow me. So yeah,
Seems really chill.
Yeah, fucking man, life happens. Meeting new people doesn't happen all the time.
You guys sure you're not actually California?
No.
No. See, it rains here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys get rain. That's
Yeah.
I
it.
love
every
the rain.
day.
I love it
Dude,
so
yeah,
much.
the rain is the best. It is
No,
awesome.
don't you
It is.
trust me? Growing up in a place where you don't get rain, rain is amazing.
Oh,
Every time
yeah.
it rains, it's like, oh, is it raining outside? And no matter what anyone's doing, you go and check it to see if it's actually raining outside. You could be playing a video game. You could be in the middle of sex. And you're like, is that raining? And you stop and walk to a window and be like, oh my god, it's raining. Cool.
Yeah, but the thing was, though, is we existed in a land of mist kind of rain. It constantly rains. The air is so full of water.
Mhm.
If it's we just dry out and we just retreat into the darkness until it starts to get wet again. It's a weird thing. I know that's so sexual innuendos.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
but no, it's a thing though. I don't know. Like I've been to some countries where it's just so warm, you've dried out, and you're like, "Oh, I'll just lie here until it starts raining again. And like
Yeah,
this, we barely see the sun. By the way,
Yeah, whenever the
well,
sun comes out.
The whole UK, right? You just
yeah,
or that whole
but
region.
Ireland especially though.
Yeah,
I think,
Ireland's not part of the
yeah.
UK.
Like, we have a common
Yeah.
joke here of, I can't wait for summer this year. I hear it's on a Wednesday.
Right.
And I,
But like,
the sad
yeah, I
thing
live
is
in.
that's,
Oh, go
It's
on,
kinda
Ivan.
What?
It is true, yeah. I know, like I live in London. And my parents live in the west coast of Ireland, and like they're saying, yeah, it's sunny, and they're like, show me a picture, and it's pure grey in the sky. I'm like, I can very appreciate that, and then I show them a picture where I am, and they're like, holy crap, how are you not dead? And it's just blue sky with the sun, and I cannot exist there. I'm just like, yeah, I'm staying inside. I have the curtains closed. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like a victim of some burns or something.
Yes, yes. I don't. You guys were around for the German hour where we were talking about Americans and like very carefully picking back, lineage. I'm like, I'm a quarter Irish. I'm 3/8 English, and 16th French, 16th German, and everything else is just like fucked up Scandinavian combos, right?
Here's the thing.
Mhm.
All this crap of fucking, I am a quarter Irish, I'm a fifth fucking, I don't know, part of my back shoe or
Yeah.
something like that. What is with that?
See, okay,
Like,
that's
where-
the. I was getting
where you-
so much shit for that stuff. All right, here's the reason: is
Yeah.
because you have these immigrants that come to America, and immediately they are no longer, you lose whatever previous identity you have, and you are now this American thing. But what the fuck does it mean to be American? Like, there is no common American culture. There is no common American
not.
experience. It's fucking scattered to the winds. So the immigrants moving to America are like clinging onto something to like feel real. Like, okay, we're in this place. Everyone's weird. No one has anything in common here, and everyone's just kind of crazy. So, right,
Yeah.
guys, we're Irish. We're sticking together. Oh, look, there's some other people from Ireland. We can hang out and do shit together. And then it's like the Irish group here and the Irish group there, and for
That explains why they're so fierce with their
for decades or for
Yeah.
for centuries, like you would have like Irish families that only married other Irish families, and you could be
Yep.
pure blood Irish, but be like 6 generations in the United States. But no, you're Irish. You have an Irish accent. You know about the motherland. You know about all this wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
And then as it starts to mix in, you're like, well, my mom's half Irish. My mom's half Irish and half English. My dad's half English, but then a quarter this and a quarter that. And then you're like, okay, well, that makes me this, and this. Okay, and when I'm dating you, you're this and this. Okay, so that means we're here. And it just
Yeah.
becomes a thing that you do. And it helps you kind of like figure out where you come from, because we don't, like, you're from Ireland. You don't have to ask
Yeah.
where your parents came from. Your parents came from Ireland. Their parents came from Ireland. Their parents came from Ireland.
Mhm.
Like, you just, we've always been here. We are the natural people here. We, in the United States, we feel like,
You're missing
foreigners.
the kind of identity.
yeah, we don't have like, our national identity is kind of like America, yeah, guns and tanks and bombs and shit, cool.
This
But
is my own ignorance. How old is the US?
late 1700s, 1786,
So just over 300 years old or something like that, or just over?
200 and change.
Yeah. Okay.
230 something.
Yeah, that's not old enough to go. Hey, we've been around for a long time compared
Right,
to
but on
whatever.
top of
Yeah,
that, like
that makes sense. Yeah.
at that point, it was just the eastern shoreline. So people have been coming,
Yeah.
you know, for
To Ellis
100
Island and all that.
Right. So
It makes it even harder when they renamed you as well. Whenever you moved.
oh yeah, people got their names changed. Lots of things got
Yeah.
fucked up. So I actually had a point.
Like my
Oh.
name was originally Sean, but I had to change it to Shane to be more English appealing.
76. Did I say 86?
Yeah,
I meant
same
thing.
76.
Yeah, like the spelling of my name, like as far as it's pronounced the same, but there's like a H after the G, and there's like it's like FEARGHAL or something like that. As apparently, and then you have to cut it
Fergal,
out just
yeah.
so- yeah,
Well,
just
my
so,
name was-
just so it can be pronounced in an Anglican.
Yeah,
Any
so,
English person just hates my name.
So for
Yeah,
us,
well,
it's kind of a way of figuring out like who we are, where we come from, what our history is. Because you have a united history, united past. Like we've been living here for this long, and those
Yeah.
fuckers over there, we've been at war with them since time immemorial. Back and our enemies before them were the fucking Romans. That was 2,000 years ago. For us, it's like I don't know. I don't have a history. Like I have no personal past. That's why Americans are so fucking patriotic. Is we don't have a history to look back on and reflect on. We just have the last, 200 years. And even then, like, anything after the Revolutionary War is fucking boring as shit until you get to the
Yeah.
Civil War. And then that's really cool. And then it's boring as shit until you hit the 1920s. And then from the 1920s until today, it's kind of cool. But you have, like, very, very small amounts of history to work with. So
Yeah.
for us, it's very interesting. Like, okay, no, I'm Irish, or I'm a quarter Irish, so it's important to me to kind of like identify with that to kind of realize who I am and where I come from. And
You
also,
have to be careful with that though.
the fucking genetics will kill you though, because like, how do you say? You could be living anywhere in the United States, and it gets fucking hot here. Like California, I live in deserts. Like I grew up in a desert with very low UV index. I get sunburned so badly. If I'm outside for 10 minutes on like a warm day, I'll get sunburned. So when you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's blue sky, gotta stay indoors all day. Yeah, I know what the fuck you mean, man. It'll
Yeah.
kill you. It's brutal.
Two things you have to think about as well whenever you say, "Hey, I'm Irish, born or some inheritance." You could be Scottish. A lot of the names are the same.
Yeah,
A lot.
there's
of
a
them.
lot of similarities
Um,
between Irish and Scottish.
Like my own family, though, we were a mix between like Scottish and Irish people, and the whole UV index. Yeah, I get fucked as soon as I go out in the blue sky. That's the
I'm like
majority of
pure
Irish people.
myself.
We only get 1 week of that a year. That's it. Also,
Yeah.
the US. Yeah, hey, we've got a country where we've got tornadoes, lightning strikes and stuff, and tornadoes
Hurricanes,
all the time.
earthquakes,
And hey, we'll
volcanoes.
settle in the fucking desert? Who the hell does that?
Okay, so fuck Nevada and Utah. Those
Yeah.
people are crazy ass bastards.
Potatoes in the desert.
Like,
It's
yeah,
barren
exactly.
there.
Well, no.
If
So
I-
the Irish people didn't do that. They all moved to the Midwest, where you actually have like snow and rain and all sorts of lovely weather, and you can do cool stuff. I
Yeah.
grew up on the coast. Like literally, my house was 100 yards from the ocean. So it was technically a desert because we got so little rain. But being that close to the coast, you would get a lot of. It'd be very cool all the time because the offshore breeze and there's always fog. Like summertime, you don't see the sky. It is foggy until 3 in the afternoon, and then the sun burns off, and you have 2 hours of sunlight, and then it sunsets. So, I completely forgot the question. Oh, desert. Why the fuck do you settle in a desert? Because the people who settled in the deserts were criminals and outlaws. Utah was settled by...
Australians then.
They're all criminals. All criminals.
Oh, Rebel Rising.
Yeah. No, the people who moved out west were the people who didn't want to be near the law. They wanted to get the fuck away from everyone, and so they
Yeah.
would go live in the desert, because no one's going to move out to the desert. The fuck? Who moves to a desert? So it's all the, like, kind of cowboy-esque people who don't want to deal with the law, who kind of want to do things on their own. And that's kind of what the cowboy culture is all about.
Quick question then. When's the best time to go to San Francisco for people that hate
Winter.
the sun?
Winter or spring.
When's winter for you guys though? Because it's different everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what? April and May in San Francisco are when
Cool.
I would
Alright.
go.
I'll go next year.
Once
then.
you hit like June, July, August, September, it's just fog, and then later it gets rainy and cold and windy and blah blah blah. But
How's my weather,
April and May are San Francisco times.
Okay.
And do not go to San Jose or Oakland. Like, fuck those places.
I heard Oakland's a shithole.
Oakland's a shithole, and San Jose is just an endless, what do you call it, suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a shithole.
Oh.
Right. So what else do we got from you guys? Because we still have a little time. We started kind of late.
We still have time. I thought it was like 2 hours.
No, dude, it's been
Jesus,
50,
okay.
56 minutes.
Oh, I just enjoy your time too much. Irish stuff. Irish
read
platoon.
Irish.
What have we got?
Four-leaf
Yeah.
clovers. Let's do it. Fucking four-leaf
Everywhere.
clovers. Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
No. Okay. So
But really? I haven't seen. Really?
no, because you've got
Dude, look on the fucking ground then.
no, because those aren't clovers. That is what you fucking call it. It's something.
Shamox.
Parsley.
I don't fucking remember. No, you've got some plants that have four and blah blah blah. My brain's too broken to do this shit right now.
Guinness. We give the world Guinness.
Oh, that is a very good point. Mr. 1R_. Game of Thrones is filmed just outside of Belfast.
Oh yeah.
In Sloane Castle, isn't it? Shane Castle.
Yep.
Shane's Castle.
Like, Jon Snow was a massive hipster.
I believe it. He looks like one.
No, dude, I walked past him. Me and my girlfriend were like walking past him on the street. That's Jon Snow. He looks like a massive hipster. And he just yelled down the street, "Yep, I am," and just walked down. It's a very good place for all those kind of stars to hang out. So Brienne of Tarth and the King's Hand, the Kingslayer, was his name?
Jamie
Lannister. Yeah, he lives. He goes there too. There's a pub in Belfast. If anyone ever goes, it's called Lavery's. It's very, very good.
Yes.
Go in there
Lavery's.
Friday. There's got good pool halls. Saturday night they changed the pool halls into a nightclub. It's pretty damn good.
Joffrey's pretty sound as well. He was down in UL once.
Yes, he is a weird scholar in Dublin. He's like trying to be a professor, which is a weird thing. He hates acting apparently.
Well, given the role he just had,
Yeah, no, it's not acting. He hates celebrity culture. He did like an entire talk for like 2 or 3 hours about it.
That's a good point as well.
Yeah.
But like, once
Yeah,
you're Joffrey,
Trinity.
no one can see you as
Oh, yeah,
anything
yeah.
else. It's like with Daniel Radcliffe. Once you're Harry Potter, in every
Yeah.
movie he's in afterwards, it's like they don't give the actual character's name. They just go, Harry Potter is in a romantic comedy.
Yes, Harry Potter's got his dick out in the latest bloody play.
Which is Hollywood. But anyway, and like a lot of the actors actually come in there all the time, and it's just like a common occurrence for us now because we're just so used to it. But like random people or say foreigners or anything in there, they'll be starting up and going, "Oh my god, look who it is! Look who it is!" And we're just like, "Yeah, man, he shops here all the time."
Yeah.
It's just pretty cool.
No, that's one thing. Like, even like Kanye fucking bullshit. Of, like, they went to do their wedding, or was it
Honeymoon.
honeymoon? Yes, can't remember the name. 20th by then, but yeah, they did their honeymoon in Ireland because nobody gives a fuck. They're like, just leave us alone. Just get your shit done and leave. Kind of. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
don't care. Like Matthew Broderick and horse-faced woman that he lives with, married. Sarah Jessica Parker, thank you. They're up in the northwest of Ireland, and nobody gives a fuck.
Cool.
Actually, amazing fact. No, fucking Matthew Broderick killed a person in Northern Ireland.
Just for no reason, just kind of stabbed him.
No, he drove a car and hit a guy and got off scot-free. Killed him, dead.
Well, shit.
and
Yeah,
Pretty much no one even
in a
knows
town
about it.
called Enniskillen. It's on the southwestern part of Northern Ireland. That's a bit of shit for you.
There you go. And that will manage to wrap us up out of the rest of our free time. Woo!
Well, thank you.
You guys are free. Run away before I ask you more questions. No, but do you have anything else you want to say? Any any shout outs? Any insults that you want to levy at the English or the French or the Germans?
Your country is better than ours. No.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god, you guys.
Take our money, or not money. We need jobs, okay? Just give us jobs, please.
Yeah, just take us. We don't want to be we don't want to be Irish
We're
anymore.
willing to work for less than minimum wage.
No, dude, do not do that shit, man. That's called indentured servitude, and it's fucking slavery. My country was built on my people coming as slaves. All right, like not in the same way that the black people were like indentured servitude, like living for like 10 years, getting like shit work. Like nothing compared to the actual slavery that went on. But like, don't get yourself mixed in that. It's not worth it. It's
Okay,
not
can you
worth
just give
it,
us the
guys.
money then?
Yeah. Come to the
Oh,
U.S.
here's a good one.
There are always
Here's a
jobs in the
request.
United States. Come.
Bring Vincent Longbourn back as an undead.
No, he's dead for realsies.
Oh, bring him back as an undead. He could kill
No,
everyone.
no, head cut
Do a
off.
party rewind.
Head off,
okay.
dead.
Oh my god, I have missed so much roleplay.
Ah, that's awesome, man.
Oh shit.
Yep. Nah, kind of hard to try. But hey, it was a pleasure chatting to you, man.
All right,
Yeah, good fun.
nice to chat
Yep.
with you guys,
Good
and I'll
speaking to you.
see you around.
Yep,
See you later.
cheerio.
See ya.
Bye. Oof. All right, that was Ireland. Okay, I